Welcome. I hope you enjoy the conversation you're about to see between me and another comedian about religion and comedy. These are conversations I'm calling disorganized religion. God bless. And for those atheists out there, may nothing await you after this life.
And
I think we've begun.
great start.
Good
Love
to
it.
be here.
Great start. Welcome to Disorganized Religion. I'm so excited. So excited. Disorganized Religion, the COVID-19 series has begun. I'm joined today by Reid, Brackenbury, and Lana, Epstein. What's your last name?
Lana Epstein. That's how you say
Lana?
it. Yep.
Lana?
Lana.
I mix it up. Does anybody else mix up your name?
Every single person in my life, every single person, they do that.
It's going to be 3 months.
Yeah, dude.
Some say I still don't know it. Lana?
Yeah, that's a long time. That's a long time to be stuck in a room together.
It's a long time to mess up someone's name. Steph Lawrence.
That was close. You're getting better. You're getting better.
You want to know something else I'm getting better at there, Seth?
What?
I heard you've been growing that mustache for a good
Comedy.
4 months now.
It's been a long time. Look at this testosterone coming in. You like that?
Wow.
I started growing
Extreme.
this. Yeah, I started growing this mustache the other day.
Yeah. Well, you're a caveman. You're
And I think
you're a caveman, mountain man from the north. So, congratulations, I guess.
I thought this would be better. I shaved my face for this.
You
I
did.
thought he would be in pain. And
Well, we
he
built
would
it up.
suffer, but yes,
I mean-
I can't wait to rub this over. Seth,
Yeah.
you know the expression. Rub this over.
Yeah.
Very classic expression.
I was gonna rub one over you. You didn't give me that
Great.
satisfaction.
I am very jealous. It's a fantastic mustache, and
Stash. COVID-19 stash.
yeah, it's nice.
I'm going till this.
How do you like it, Lana?
Oh. Well, you know what? Now he looks more like a cop.
Yes.
So maybe we'll get some discounts if we ever leave the house.
Yeah.
Get coffee or something.
I'm a narc.
He also looks like a narc, so it's like,
I'm a double undercover cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Think
tough.
about it. I work for the drunk guys.
like
I
you think
know,
you
what's that?
someone.
Do you know that movie, Leonardo DiCaprio and
The
Titanic. They
Departed.
go like this. They're like,
The Departed. They drink
The
cranberry juice.
Thank you. Yes, that's
that's the
it.
main takeaway from the Departed, and they drink cranberry juice.
Yeah, he's on his period.
That is from the
I remember
movie.
gunshots and shipping out to Boston. But
That is from the movie. Very fun. So how are you two dealing with the quarantine?
so happy.
Excuse me. We've done hip hop abs 2 days
Fun.
ago.
We're getting
Wow.
jacked.
We're getting jacked.
We're gonna have ass.
We really will.
Yeah. Good. I'm excited for you both. That's
Have you
great.
been working out?
What have you been doing?
I have been working on my garage. I've been trying to finish the garage.
Building a garage.
Well, it's built. I'm trying to finish it. That is the inside, insulating, drywall, so that we can use it. I want to podcast out of there as opposed to
Oh, you want a garage that no one can hear you?
upstairs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, private space.
How's your garage door close?
It is a huge panel that swings up and swings down. It's terrible.
Damn, I tried
You
to
want
do
like cowboy doors.
I was trying to do the
garage.
90s trick where you trick them by going like that.
You were trying to get me to do a Heil? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, that's funny though. To trick people in the- How does your garage door close?
My garage door opens like this.
Good, very good. He can stay.
Okay, let's not kill him.
Yeah.
Fine. So you
Just
have
like
3
this.
kids. How's it been with a house full of kids, house full of wife, house full of Seth?
Right. It's been tough. There have been much bloodshed, many tears.
A lot of
Okay.
cranberry juice.
Yeah, cranberry juice.
How
because we're
much?
all on our periods.
Oh, I
No,
hate
it's been fine. It's been fine. The kids, we had to set some ground rules and set up sort of a schedule for the day so that the kids do some outside time,
yes.
and so that we get some, some time
Boom,
during
Mommy, daddy out.
naps.
boom.
Yeah, the boom
Oh,
boom
Mommy,
time.
daddy need to make breakfast.
Yeah,
Scramble
exactly.
her eggs.
Exactly.
I need to cut up his sausage.
That's
I need
violent.
Black
That's
Jacks.
so violent.
I need to pour her Cheerios.
Okay, you're doing it wrong. You're just like, I'm doing.
Because we're making breakfast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But
Gonna grease the pan.
that kind of works. Okay, grease the pan.
Yeah, grease the pan. Crisco.
That's it.
Uh,
Are you homeschooling your kids, or are they just lost cause? Did we go
Free
on that
range.
duration? Free range kids.
free range parenting, Montessori school model. We're doing homeschool, but we're going to start it in 2 weeks. Their teachers are coming up with packets and things for them to do. So we're going to
How do
probably
they
go through that
handle this whole
online.
situation?
How is
What
that
do they
one?
think it is? Do they think it's an extended vacation, or do they realize it's dark days ahead?
It is their worst spring break ever, according to my daughter. So
This is the worst spring COVID-19 break ever.
yeah. And we got to tell her, it got doubled, essentially. You have 2 weeks with nothing, and then there will be some homeschool that'll happen. But she's not impressed.
How old
Guys,
is she?
Can't blame her. She's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she the oldest?
Yeah.
And then you have.
So we have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've
So-
seen pictures. They all are very cute.
They are adorable. The
She's
kids that I've
dealing with
abducted
29-year-old.
proved everyone. What's that?
She's dealing with a 29-year-old.
Yeah. Oof.
Not good.
Yikes.
Well, we're making them packets, right?
Yeah,
For them
good.
to go outside.
little
You haven't been outside today.
Refuse.
We opened
So-
the window for a little while.
I've been drinking more wine. That's it.
Yeah.
Or Jesus blood, as you call it.
Oh, that is not what I call it, but that's the devil's drink. Wine is.
What? The blood
Yeah.
of Christ. I've been
We don't drink any alcohol, not even for the sacrament or the
I feel like
Eucharist
Red
according
Bull
to the
would be
Catholics.
devil's wine.
No. Red Bulls.
Red
Red
Bull.
Bull gives you wings. It's the angel drink.
Oh.
Mormons support. Red Bull is the sponsorship from Mormons.
So wait,
go
are you going to have
that far.
no alcohol? What are
Seth
the
Lawrence on
rules?
record saying that Red Bull is the sponsored drink for Mormons.
No, this will be edited out.
Oh, I wear the shirt.
So you don't drink alcohol.
Right.
Don't drink caffeine, or do you?
No, we do drink. I mean, I drink caffeine. There are some very hardcore members of the faith that claim no caffeine, but that has never
What's the
been.
basis of that?
That
Do
has
they feel
never
better than you?
What's that?
Do they feel better or closer to God than you?
Probably.
It might, but it's unjustly so.
What if they get to Mormon heaven and God's got a sweet cafe? And they're
I
like,
mean, I don't know. Their whole universe will implode, I'm guessing. But
whoa, God likes lattes?
what? This is impossible.
What would be God's signature drink? What do you think it is?
Macchiato for sure.
Macchiato?
The most God
cafe.
drink,
It's like his special. What's his special?
probably water, right? Holy water.
Holy water?
Holy
Well,
water?
It's an alcoholic drink, just so you know.
Is it? I don't think so.
There's some bar out there that has a drink called.
I'm sure they do. They also have the Bloody Mary, which is blasphemous and
She was full of it. She was
She's
drunk
full
all the time.
full of blood.
And she was pregnant. How could
Yep.
you do
Preggers. The Pregger Mary.
that?
Ooh.
Bloody Mary. Mary, the mother
Mary.
of Jesus Christ.
Actually, I think the Bloody Mary is not after Mary, the mother of Jesus. I think it's after Mary, Queen of Scots, who was killed, right? The Bloody Mary, who killed a bunch of people. I think
I
that's.
like my answer, which I've done no research. I feel like you have. I just have a gut instinct.
I do a lot of research on alcoholic beverages just so that I know. Okay, just so that I know.
That's so weird.
So I can be cool at parties, Well, I'm
Oh,
not.
you drinking a gin and tonic? I happen to know that gin and tonic goes in that drink. Great, nice information, narc.
I can tell you where that's from. Anyhow, where are you both from? Speaking of origin stories.
Okay. I'll be talking to the one.
Yes.
I'm from Frenchtown, New Jersey. Very small rural town.
Yeah. Any French
I'm
spoken
born in the French
French
town.
What did you say?
Is there any French spoken in Frenchtown, New Jersey?
Yes, but just because it's like the name of our town.
Do you speak
Yeah.
any French?
Un petit.
Oh,
Uh,
un petit
Eh,
peu.
She'd be lying. She'd be lying.
Un tout petit peu de français.
Le petit peu.
So you were born in a French town?
L'eau de toilette.
Oh, I was born in Trenton Hospital.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. My mom took out her earrings and then pushed.
Wow, good for her.
No, she had a C-section.
Oh,
They cut my mom. That's how Trenton my birth was.
They
yeah.
kept my mom too, but that's because they didn't like her.
They used a bear claw.
So, like,
So
someone stepped on my shoes.
Is there-
C-section for her. Yeah.
was it for your enormous head? They have to
What?
give
No,
you
for
the
my enormous.
episiotomy?
Fuck! Boom, 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 boom.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. How many people have dropped that on this podcast?
Man, so many. Reid, you're not the first.
Every podcast episode, someone's like, yeah, my enormous cock. Boom, 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 boom.
Every time. Every single
The
time.
Baba Booey, you're Howard Stern.
Ah, brother. And where are you from, Reid?
I was born in I know the hospital name too. It's called St. John's Hospital. You like that?
Oh,
Where?
London, Ontario, Canada.
London,
I say
Ontario.
London, Ontario, because if I say London, where do you
Yeah.
think?
Everyone
Oh,
thinks
no,
England.
I think
except you don't have a nice accent.
I do look like I have an English mustache.
A bit.
Like I could be a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, maybe.
Watson.
Or a Watson.
I'm
I
not
give
your,
you Watson.
I'm your sidekick.
You're my Watson.
No, I give you
You're
Watson,
my Emma Watson.
Reid.
Don't
Oh.
touch me.
Oh,
Is
boy.
this man bothering you?
I'm being quarantined right now.
Yeah, you are. Oh my god.
Out he goes.
Cut
Out he
out
goes.
that dead weight.
I found the
Yeah.
cure.
Now we can really talk. Now we can really chat.
Yeah.
Now, you two made a decision to have Reid come back from Canada
Yes.
right before quarantine hit.
I'll tell you what the decision was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a couple of people were talking to me and they were saying, Reid, why don't you stay in Canada? You got free healthcare. Well, I got news for you. My healthcare expired because I left the country for 6 months. And it's gone. Canada.
Is
So
that
I had
right?
to stay in Canada, but I had nowhere to stay besides my mom's house
That is a place
in
to
London,
stay.
Ontario.
It is,
With a
yeah.
66-year-old woman that could be exposed to the coronavirus.
By
And
you.
also have you kind of
Already
talk
has
to her
been.
for more than 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Or I come back home with my beautiful girlfriend and quarantine here.
Right. And so
I
you
couldn't
decided.
like is what happened. So I came back here.
Oh, gotcha. Good for you. And did you get nasal swabbed at the border?
You want to know what happened? You want to know what happened?
No.
I went into Dallas first. No one said anything. They said
Okay.
go Cowboys, and I was like, go Cowboys. And I went on a plane to go to LAX, and I texted Lana and I said, this is probably gonna be like 5 or 6 hours after getting on this plane. I get out there, I walk for 5 minutes. I mean, that's it.
It was
No one tested me.
crazy. Like
No one-
nothing.
No one swabbed you?
Nothing.
I think it was just confidence.
Probably that mustache.
I had
You probably
sunglasses
thought,
on, a little roller skate thing, like kind of like,
Did you-
Catch Me As You Can, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Just walk around, go like that.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you weren't swabbed.
Yeah, we're so.
I swabbed other people.
I mean,
That's so confident.
Lana's basically a carrier now. You've
Oh,
made her
I
a
am-
carrier.
I honestly do think that I might be a little
Feeling
overboard.
under- yeah.
It's not a cool thing to talk about.
My
I'm
gosh.
feeling like the pressure. I'm feeling very hot.
Any nausea?
No,
I don't think nausea is one of the symptoms. So.
like my head kind of hurts and I kind of feel like a little achy.
It's a slight dry,
Yeah.
which is
What you've been having?
no. Mine is out of rudeness. I
Just
Um,
interrupting
check.
constantly.
just check. I'm
Yeah.
constantly in a character where I want the check.
I mean, ooh, as long as Lana, you're not feeling nauseous every morning, you're probably safe.
From multiple things too. Well, okay, this is what I think. Speaking of nauseous, that's reminded me of morning sickness. I think a lot of people that are going to be quarantined, I think they're going to be having sex. And I think December, there's going to be like a whole bunch of corona babies.
Yeah, I'm calling them Cove kids.
Good. We have a name for
She
him.
was been pushing this whole time.
I have not been doing that.
Wow.
She has. She wants a Corona baby. She's got Corona baby fever. over
Yeah,
here.
the Corona baby maker is ticking.
Yeah, your Corona baby clock is ticking.
No, that
You want a cool baby? He's part of the Corona generation.
no.
Yeah, they're gonna be called the COVID generation.
They're
very
They're
sad.
gonna be crazy.
In case
though.
of the Corona.
They're gonna be so built up.
They're gonna be all homeschooled, just crazy kids.
Maybe like even smarter.
No, of our genes, no.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Not anything against you, a lot against me. Wait.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of like you said. Our genes.
Well, it takes two to tango.
2 to tango. Now, how long have you each been doing comedy? Is what I want to know, and then I want to get into religion.
I know this is the U.S. Census.
I'm just.
Did you
in
get
my
counted?
second
Have you
year.
filled out your census, by the way?
I have for both of us. We
She
both
did it against my will, which I think is against the law.
Your will does not count because you're a Canuck.
I have
what I like to call
in my passport.
what I call a cacuck. You're a cacuck.
You're just trying to call me a cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy. Holding his American ship over there.
So you're a dual citizen. So did you count him in your household, Lana?
I did.
I can vote in an election.
Ooh, gross.
I'm the decider.
Yeah,
And I got some wild ideas.
I bet you do. So
What?
how long have you each been doing comedy? Let's get back to that.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm in my second year of
Second year.
stand-up, but
Nice.
I've done improv for like 8 years.
Oh, wow. And where did you do improv?
At the People's Improv Theater in New York City. And then over here, I was over at LA Connection Comedy Theater. And I did Groundlings for a little bit and Upright Citizens Brigade.
The UCB. You've hit every major school out here. Look at you. Wow, very fun. So how did you have you done stand up only in New York? I mean, or only in LA? Or did you start in New York with stand up?
No, I just started in LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. And how's the improv scene in LA versus in New York?
I mean, I feel like improv people are all kind of like the same type of breed of creature.
Yeah.
They're all like
Crazy
smart.
positive.
Yes, they're all like quirky and like, woo, you know?
Nauseating. They're all nauseating.
Go check on the car. It's full of crabs.
Like, Grandma, I told you to put down the hammer.
You gotta go check the car. It's full of elephants.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
he always comes back.
Sweep the scene.
Oh, good. He did a good edit. Good.
Oh, how'd that feel in the elbow?
Land
Some
shark.
people do the shark, which is very funny.
Oh, is that how they
The
clear the
scene,
board?
they do a shark. It's like, and I like to make that the Jaws noise.
Hey, Killer, how long have you been doing comedy?
Yeah.
I never
What do you
claimed to
think?
do. 5 days? How long's the coronavirus been
Oh
around?
my gosh, stop it.
10 miserable years.
10 years.
Yeah.
That's a long
And
time.
did you start in improv as well?
No. Not that I'm against improv.
Sketch. You started with sketch.
I started with sketch comedy. I started with stand-up as well, but I quit that 4 times.
Okay.
Really?
It's too hard. I'm probably gonna quit again.
I like it.
Yeah. I did
So-
sketch for 10 years. I celebrate 10 years with my group in Toronto called Best of Friends. We're all best friends who wear vests.
Oh, gross.
You get it?
Yeah, I think I got it.
No one in Canada gets it.
No one in Canada does?
They've never seen a vest.
Well, that's because they're cacucks.
All right, that's not a good trend. And I've been doing stand-up. I did for 3 months before I moved out to Los Angeles in 2016. So I've been doing it around 3.5 years. I guess I'm coming up on 4.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes,
And
man.
why
What
did
money I made from it?
$150. Is that pretty close?
Hold on, we just have to talk.
When you make that big ha ha ha
Yeah, I
laugh,
know.
it doesn't seem like you're supporting.
Well, no, it's not. It's just like I'm like, ha, like you were right.
You were thinking of something else at the same time?
No, like he said it, and I was like, haha, like you won it, like you got it. That's right. We're on the same team.
All right, back.
Okay. Oh, Dwight.
Is that cat behind you?
Look at a kitty. I have a kitty cat. Anyhow, I just
They
thought
were
I'd.
sitting on this whole time.
No.
I'm just sitting on him. He's very comfy and warm.
What if we pulled out the reveal that we're also sitting on?
Oh, that'd be a fun reveal. Fun reveal. So you got 150 3 weeks ago, beating
right.
out all the small fries at the
Hey,
Fourth
no,
Wall
that's
comedy
a-
competition. Huh?
There's a couple of jumbo shrimps in there.
Is that right?
Oh, it's that.
Who was your biggest competition in that competition? Do you
Same
think?
competition all the time, always. Myself.
Oh, nice. I like that answer. That's great.
Good.
Very good.
You know who?
So why did you quit comedy or stand up 4 times, Reid?
3 or 4 times. The first time, too hard. You know, I didn't like going to those open mics. I was 19 and I needed to get a job, and I was like, this is stupid. So I went back into it when I was 22, and I was like, that was like 2 weeks. Like, that was hard again.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You say you quit. Was it like a thing that you proclaimed to yourself? You're like, I'm done with this.
I just mainly focused on sketch comedy.
So you just switched gears.
Yeah, I was still doing comedy, but like,
Yeah, but not
like,
stand up.
I'm getting nothing out of this one. I was getting more success out of sketch.
Okay.
No money, but I was getting more
So you shifted
success.
your focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. So what has brought you back the most recent time? Why do you keep coming back to stand up, Reid?
Yeah.
I mean, why do you keep doing this?
What's it got that says and I don't? I keep going back to it.
In layman's terms?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
In layman's terms. That's the only terms I want to hear.
The cheap thrills.
Oh! Do you say frills or frills?
Thrills.
Okay.
They're multiple.
Yeah.
I only get it from going to doing stand-up comedy. They're consistent. I can get 4 or 5 thrills a night.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I gotta wait a whole month to get maybe 5 thrills.
I
So
see.
Right. Now, are you still doing sketch or improv, Reid?
Yes.
You do
Improv,
both?
not so much.
So sketch and stand-up.
Yes.
And where are you doing sketch?
I do sketch with a monthly show at the Pack with a team called Hot City.
Hot City. I love
City.
it. Hot City.
Hot
And
City.
Lana, are you doing improv still?
Right now I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's always something that I always pick it back up and I always love it. And then I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna do something else. But I feel like improv's always gonna be there.
Yeah. Your safety.
Yeah.
Like Reid.
I don't have a safety net.
Like Reid.
I have
Yeah.
a fishing net, man.
Reid will always be there.
I don't want to do it, and I become a fisherman. I told you this.
Yeah, we talked about your fish.
I'm gonna become a fisherman.
Yeah.
If all fails.
Are you gonna get a Newfoundlander hat?
Are you?
All right, Seth. You know one of our provinces. Let's see if you can name the other 9. There's 3 territories and 10
Quebec?
provinces. Oh shit, he's on a hot start.
Ontario?
Okay, that's 2.
Vancouver? British Columbia?
Same thing, baby. One's a city, one's the province.
Oh, all right. Well, then British Columbia is the province.
Mm-hmm.
Nunavut is your territory. So
You know what?
eat it, sucker.
Well, I've never seen someone confidently answer 6 out of the 13 and then say eat it, sucker.
I did it. I thought you
That's
said
like
name 3
naming 7
I thought you said name 3
states.
provinces and a territory.
I said name them all. That's like me naming 7 states and say I know all 50,
Name
which I do not.
Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
province.
You want to know it's one of its cities?
I don't know, and no one else
Got 2
cares
silly
about
cities,
this.
which I don't believe that this place exists. Saskatchewan, one of the
Lake
cities.
Titicaca?
Lake Titicaca is close. It's called Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah,
Cartoon Network, like Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And another city called Regina.
oh yes, of course.
Those 2 cities reside in the same silly town. It's a province called Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
I don't know. I don't care about it. I'll never go that.
Come on.
My whole
Now,
life. Cut to me 20 years, open up a shop.
I'm listening to Seth
what
right
do you both like about stand-up?
now. Oh, that gives me like. What do we like?
Fair enough. Confer.
Man, that's stupid. It's just a way to like express our art, I guess. And, like,
Okay.
I like money, and no. You
Money.
want something else.
I've only got $150 of money from it.
Hey.
What I like about it.
I lost it on the way home.
Yes, Lana, please.
I like that it's just a chance for you to connect with people.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like people shutting up and listening to me for a good 5 to 20 minutes. That's what I like. A good dictatorship. Because I have a power stick in my hand, a wand per se. And people,
I'm so glad
you
that
shut up. I got a wand to talk you the wand. I
so
love
glad
it.
you're talking about a microphone and not anyway. Wingardium Leviosa.
Well, you know, there is something magical about making people laugh.
There is, absolutely.
What you say?
What's that inquisitive look about, Dr. Watson?
You say
Yeah,
Wingardium Leviosa or Wingardium Levioso?
Leviosa, obviously.
Okay. Good.
Unbelievable.
That's good.
What do you
Jeez.
think about it, Reid?
I think I said it so far. It's a place to say a bunch of silly words and get laughs. That's why I can take insane thoughts in my brain, put that into a mic, amplify it so everyone can hear it, and then some of them laugh at it. Sometimes it hurts because now sometimes they're true thoughts that I have, and they laugh at it.
Now, where do you each get your inspiration for your material? A lot of people like me just use my life, but I mean, Reid, your jokes are usually incredibly insane. Some are life experiences, but others are not. Like your train bit doesn't really seem to be.
It's a life experience.
Super based on real life.
It was.
The beginning, the premise, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah. That's what we take with most jokes. It comes with a little bit of truth to it, and then you embellish.
And
then you make
I haven't quite seen anybody else embellish the way that you do, Reid. And I want to know where that comes from. What sick, twisted place?
I guess I got a different track of a brain here. My best case of my old sketch buddies, they were writing a sketch, and this guy was writing a sketch about like how that was like an AA meeting, but for a group of jealous boyfriends. So they would meet together, and I said like, yeah, I don't like when my girlfriend does this, does that, and he was looking for like kind of like a little joke off the top to do it, and he walked into my room and he asked me, Reid, what would be something if you were a jealous boyfriend that you would bring up at a meeting right away? And my first thought was like, sometimes I go to her work dressed up as her just to see what guys would hit on me. I mean, I've been on a couple of dates, but does that mean she's cheating on me? And that was my first thought to go to that extreme.
Yeah.
I don't like the normal. I like to go to the farthest first, and then maybe find a way of justifying it.
Yeah. Well, it's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very fun. Now, Lana, where do you get your inspiration from?
I probably get most stuff like you, just like stuff that's going on in my life, stuff that I notice around me.
Yeah, and do you try to exaggerate as much as Reid does?
Not as much as Reid does. Not as much as that. But there are some things where like something funny will happen, and I'm like, okay, like that thing that actually happened, that's like the seed of something that like could be like a lot funnier if like, you know,
if some other things were placed and happened. Yeah. Very fun. All right, now I want to get into religion. Are you guys ready for this?
We're losing you. Sorry. Sorry. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Now, are you a Satanist, Reid? Because word on the street is you like the guy in red.
I don't mind him. He's got some good ideas. Not everyone's for him.
Some crazy notion.
Yeah. He's good. He's got a list. Sometimes.
Unbelievable. So now, how are you each brought up? How are you each brought up? In religious homes or no?
Yeah. I was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. I had a mom who was very Catholic. Every time she lost her keys, she would say, Jesus is lost and Mary found her. Jesus is lost and Mary found her. Which I don't think God really wants to be bothered with. Or, comparing Jesus being lost in some market. Some stories about that.
Yeah. Yes.
It says the expression, Jesus is lost and Mary found her. Jesus lost in Mary Pound. My mom would always do that when she lost her keys.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was like, hey, Ma, I'm pretty sure that's not what Mary was talking about at the time. Don't compare our one and Lord, Jesus Christ, to your keys.
I mean, it's a similar issue. You've lost something important, and you want to find it. I doubt her keys would say that they were about their father's business, though. That's probably not the way that story would end. So, and Lana, you did not grow up in a religious household.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Yeah, she's the good one.
Okay. But, like, the thing is, like, most of my friends, they grew up probably Christian. They all went to CCD and stuff, and they all would go to church. They'd all do church.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mom grew up Catholic. My dad sort of grew up Jewish. I don't really know. So when they
Epstein.
Yeah, right. Sure. It checks out.
I would think so.
Yeah, you did your 23andMe. Aren't you like 43%?
I think I'm 29 Ashkenazi Jew.
Oh, wow. That's the real kind.
Yeah, the real deal.
The real deal.
But when my parents had kids, they were like, you know what? We knew what it was like to grow up with religion kind of just like pushed on us.
Yeah.
So we're just going to let them believe whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I never really went to church or read the Bible or anything like that.
Well, no one reads the Bible. It gets read to them by a pastor at a church. And you're like, okay. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah, I've read the Bible. And it's not read to people by a field, Reid.
Yeah. Reid? I want to play the Bible on tape, like a book on tape.
Yeah, you can
listen to it. Who would you listen to it but narrated by? Obvious choice would be Morgan Freeman, but I'm going to throw in a curveball here. Give me a second.
Zoe Chanel?
Oh, could be fun. Could be real fun. I mean,
I feel like
are you asking just
do a good job?
Oh, do great.
Yeah. Are you asking which celebrity I would like to narrate the Bible?
See you. That's a long book.
I mean, Patrick Stewart would be fun.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That'd be very fun.
That'd make me 100% believe.
Excuse me, Sir Patrick Stewart. Sir Patrick Stewart. Live long and prosper.
She did this thing, and I did the Star Trek. So we cover both bases.
Star Trek. I think you got it. All royalty. So, Lana, have you ever had questions like why you're here on this earth, like deeper questions of the soul, or has it just been, you're happy and no worries?
Oh, it definitely has not been no worries. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty deep thinker.
Looking for confirmation from me.
Ooh.
Yes, a lot of thought in her.
I'm not religious, but
yeah, fair enough.
Like a typical thing of saying that, but I am spiritual. Like I'm very connected to like energy and like woo-woo stuff.
Wait, what?
What kind of stuff?
You say woo-woo?
Like,
what is that?
She keeps crystals in her bra. That's what that is.
Crystals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really believe in crystals?
No? I kind of do.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, I believe in what sounds very silly to other people. So this is not a place of judgment. I'm just genuinely curious.
Condemn her right now. But you
are so stupid. No, see, I don't. So I'll give you a chance at the end. But just so you know, I don't know how much either of you know about Mormonism, but one of our claims to sort of authority is that our prophet of the Restoration, Joseph Smith, translated the Book of Mormon, which he found, and originally were gold plates written in Reformed Egyptian that he found in a hill near his home in upstate New York, and that he translated using magic seer stones and a hat at first, where he put these stones in a hat, he would look in the hat. So all I'm saying is, I believe in some weird things, so I'm not going to judge you if you believe in crystals.
Sure.
Even though clearly they're ridiculous. But go on, please. So what is the belief behind the crystals? Because I've heard things like they're charged in the sun, and that there are different crystals for different energies, for different things.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I feel like for me, it's just like one little tool in the toolbox that you have, you know? I feel like I'm very, very sensitive to like a lot of things, but like especially to like different energies. Like, you know, when you walk into a room and you can just kind of like get a vibe from someone, whether it's like, oh, I should probably like stay away from them. Or even if like you're attracted to someone, you're like, I don't know what is going on, but like I am like so into this,
that.
you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm really tuned in like to this.
Yeah, to that.
All of it.
When we first met, I was secretly wearing 40 crystals.
You were not.
You were smoking meth. It's not the same thing.
Yes, it's the same thing. It's the power of crystals.
Selling
I was
crystal meth.
smoking 40 worth of crystals.
Or were you on mushrooms?
Listen,
I've
done all.
Listen. So what is a crystal? What is your crystal of choice? Do you believe in all of them or just certain ones? What? Sorry.
I mean, there's like a whole book of like different crystals and like what the healing properties are. Here's our Himalayan salt lamp right there.
Oh, that is a big one.
There are
Do you have that plugged in, or how's it emitting light?
Yeah, it's just plugged into the wall.
Okay.
Just a normal little light.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing.
That would suck. That'd be great if we pull it out and it's still lighting.
That would be cool.
And I'd be a true believer. I'm easily switched to any religion that can wow me.
Reid, the fickle-spirited one.
You should check out Scientology.
I have been out of it 17 times since I've been here. I've taken so many e-meter tests. I don't know. It's crazy.
17. Seems like a lot.
That's why I have all those white shirts in my closet.
That's why you're so clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so crystal of choice. Which one do you love the most and why?
There's 3 that I really like.
Okay.
I like amethyst.
Okay.
That's like a pretty purpley one.
And what's it for? What is the amethyst?
That one is for spiritual protection. So you're not really letting any bad vibes in or anything like that.
Got
it. It enhances like psychic ability and stuff like that. So I like
psychic
that
ability?
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing into other people's thoughts, emotions, future predictions. I'm just trying to understand. I
feel like for me, it just kind of like opens me up a little bit. So instead of just like yeah. And then I like citrine. That's like a yellowy one, and that's the stone of abundance.
All right, gold. I get it.
Yeah, I like it. And it's also the same color as your solar plexus chakra, where you get all your power.
Okay.
So that's something. And then I like rose quartz because that's all about like love, like gentle love.
Oh.
These are all the names of teas. I've seen these in the grocery store.
Yeah, well, they're herbs or stones. You know, amethyst is for sure a mineral, right? Are they all named after minerals? I would think so, if they're supposed to be crystals. Anyway.
Listen, they know crystals. They don't know minerals.
Okay, unbelievable. So what do you each? Well, I guess Reid, you were raised Catholic. Still Catholic? Do you identify as Catholic or not at all?
I identify it as the prodigal son. You familiar with that story?
Yeah, I know that story. I'm familiar with it.
Story. You're pretty
you
good.
identify as a story?
Yeah.
Well, as a character.
I like the story.
As a character from the story.
Catcher in the Rye, but I'm like, Catcher in the Rye, look it up.
I love Catcher in the Rye chapter 3 when he calls them a bunch of phonies. I like that chapter.
Oh my god.
I don't do the whole book.
Yeah.
You gotta read every chapter. Like my name's Reid.
So which character as the prodigal son, the one that leaves and comes back?
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're on your
whoring and gambling, takes all the wealth that the father gave him from the land?
Yeah.
He goes by, he spends it, he loses it all.
Yeah.
Comes back, all's forgiven.
Well, kind
he
of.
He gets scot-free. Yeah, he did that, all that stuff.
I think you may have missed the story a bit. But so where are you on your journey? Are you still out whoring? Because that's kind of offensive.
Oh yeah, are you?
I am spiritually whoring.
What is that? Are you Ghosts? What's happening?
And he's like checking out the other religions. I'm having fun, seeing what's going on, seeing where the meaning of it all is.
So
Are you
if I have to
really,
come
though?
back to this path, yes, in a low key way.
Okay.
It's not an everyday, like, I have other things to deal with. Like COVID-19, I don't know if you heard of it.
Seems like you're really worried about it.
Like I said, I want to see my options. It's like I'm on The Bachelor. God's my first
Okay.
impression, Rose. Like,
Yeah.
and all that. 'Cause I'm trying to relate it to you. She loves watching The Bachelor. And I gotta see all these other kind of
Reid,
religions
so
and
do you.
paths. Yes, I do. Love it. It's so fun. You gotta check it out, that.
Yeah.
And
So
now I'm
fun.
down. It's out of my life, my path. I gotta go through these obstacles, these little dates with other religions to figure out which one's true to me. And I think I should be able to come back. And then,
All right. So where do you both? I mean, spirituality wise, what do you believe in? Do you believe in a grander purpose? Do you believe we're connected? Is there nothing? Where do you each stand?
not nothing, because that's boring. And anyone that says nothing, I'm always like, you are not creative.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Some claim they're more courageous in being good, upstanding people and still believing in nothing afterward. That it takes real courage.
Those people, I'm like, what are you doing it for? I don't understand those at all.
That's my
But there's
bet.
a lot more atheist people that are just like, they're generally good people, but like,
Right.
I think we come back.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
Do you
I think it's like, I don't think of it as just like life is like this like thing that's just like I think it's like an ever moving cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been introduced that through our whole life. We always get cycles. We have a beginning, middle, and end, and then it repeats.
Yeah.
Like the Bible has a beginning, middle, and end. We're waiting for the third Bible to come out. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good.
Something good. I can't wait.
So
Vin Diesel's gonna play Jesus.
Paul Walker's coming back as the son of Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness. Are you talking about movies? You're not talking about books.
Books will get adapted to movies. Stick with us. We're talking big pictures here. We're Hollywood.
Oh my gosh.
Turn your book into a movie.
So reincarnation, do you think we come back as people? Is it the possibility we come back as animals or trees or...
I think if you're already a person, you probably lived other lives as like plants and then you worked your way up to like animals. And then with people, I feel like every lifetime there's like, you're given like weaknesses and strengths, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like in this lifetime, the weaknesses that have presented themselves for you, you have your whole life to like work on those. And yeah, that's what I think.
So do you believe in a nirvana? Because it's a very Hindu idea to come back, you know, and sort of progress depending on choices we make as the living thing we are. And then when you're perfect, you reach nirvana, right? This sort of perfect state of being where you join with God. Do you believe in a heaven or a God, an end, or is it just reincarnation forever?
You got different type of religions. You take your best parts.
There are two different things happening
I'm
right now.
So Reid's asking you if you cherry pick. Are you cherry picking from religions?
Oh, like picking and choosing?
The best things, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I talk to people that have been brought up in like religions, they're like, okay, they're always trying to like categorize it. They're like, okay, so like, are you saying it's like a little Christian and a little this, or is it like a little this? I don't know anything about any of those things.
Sure.
I just know like the stuff that I've heard. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. That feels good. That feels true to me. I feel like something about like even saying the word God to me is like a little scary.
Interesting.
Because for me to put like all of my belief and like to live my life like under this powerful thing that I should also like kind of like feel bad if I disappoint like that force, or like feel like shameful if I do things that like don't align with like what this thing thinks, even though I think completely different. That to me like doesn't like, I don't like that. I don't like putting all of my like power into like something that I'm like, oh, I don't know, when I like can put that into me and like try to be the best person that I can be.
Right. All right. And Reid, where do you stand on ends of times?
Real quick, do you think when we reincarnate, we still have like the memories of our old selves as a human? Like I'm a plant, and the whole time, like, what am I doing here? Like it's a switch body.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it a Freaky Friday? Am I genuinely Curtis, or am I Lindsay Lohan? Is what I want to know.
Sure. This is a valid question.
Freaky Friday his whole life.
I mean, I wonder about this too with reincarnation. If you get in touch with your past lives, past experiences, or not. I don't know.
Well, I think the people that we meet that we feel that really, really, really strong connection to, that you're like, oh my God, like I feel like I've known you before. Like I feel like you have in different lives, but you're just playing different roles.
Sure.
I feel like some people that show up that are like giving you a really hard time, it's like, okay, they're trying to teach you a lesson because in your last lifetime, like you didn't get it.
Yeah. And do you believe in gender? Does a man always come back as a man or as a male plant? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Our memories get erased a little bit, kind of like in Men in Black. If I could continue to quote movies,
please do.
Yeah.
I don't want any genuine thought from you, Reid. I just want quotes. Genuine. No, I know. Go ahead. What's your quote from Men in Black?
Because I think it has to be something afterwards. Otherwise, it's good that we don't know what's afterwards. Because imagine if we did. Like, I know that...
everyone would be killing themselves.
Yeah,
so
we just be suicide. Like, if I get a parking ticket, I'm like, that, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not paying
It's going to go on anyway.
Yeah, like, I'm 5 years old. I'm like, you're going to get to be 5'4" height. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm coming back 6'4".
Reset.
Bye.
You're into the video game Reset. That's what
you're it's like...
Do-over.
And I get creative with my decks.
Yeah. Now, what you said was interesting because there is a quote from Joseph Smith where he says, if everyone had seen heaven, so in Mormonism, we believe in tiers of heaven, that is stages of heaven, sort of different levels, if you want, of heaven. Okay. And so Joseph Smith is quoted as saying this lowest level of heaven, if people knew what was there and how wonderful it was, even though it's the lowest level, people would kill themselves to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
the lowest level of heaven?
Yeah. Even to just because it's so amazing.
How long do you wait for it? Like being in line for something and you're like, oh, I can just kill myself and I'll get to the front.
Well, I mean, Mormon heaven is quite large, and the traditional idea of hell is very, very small in Mormonism.
Question, in the Mormon religion, are you able to redeem yourself from being in hell to be able to make it back into heaven? Because I don't like the part like no one's unredeemable. It's like, oh, you did that, you go to hell, you're just there for the eternity. I think everyone should be redeemable.
I think there are a couple ways to answer your question. One is if you're talking Mormon idea of hell, the way that you get to the Mormon idea of hell, which we call outer darkness, is to have a sure knowledge of Jesus Christ. You have to know for sure that he exists, okay? That he was and is the Son of God, was resurrected, did everything that he said he did in the Bible, okay? Sure knowledge of that. You deny that knowledge and try to get other people to deny the knowledge. That gets you in outer darkness. And so probably not. There's probably not a way to repent your way out of that. Now, if you're talking if you're talking about like, hey, this guy killed 50 people and died, we actually believe that if he didn't have a sure knowledge of Jesus Christ, he's going to the lowest level of heaven.
The lowest?
Now, right. Now, can he repent? What?
Do you think we're on the lowest level of heaven right now?
No. Now is earthly existence.
Wow.
Yeah. So there is a split in thought on whether or not that guy could actually repent over eternity and progress. I think most in my religion would say no, he cannot. But there's perhaps an argument and some who would say he might be able to.
Everyone likes an anti-hero.
I mean, not that anti, though.
Yeah, villain that kind of turns it around.
I don't think
we are certainly in a culture that likes. that likes the villains, right? Breaking Bad. I mean, everybody loves Walter White, and he was not a very good person.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyhow, interesting. All right, any other questions? I want to give you both a time to ask me anything you are curious about regarding Mormonism. This is a new segment we're doing this season of Disorganized Religion called "What's the Deal with Mormons?" So, any?
So wait,
Yeah.
so you were raised Mormon or like in a Mormon household? You were.
Yes. Yeah, both of my dad is what we call born in the faith. His parents were both members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My mom converted when she was 25-ish.
Because of your dad or that before?
Before, yeah. Yep.
Okay. And your kids are raised Mormon.
Yeah.
Only assume
Yeah.
so.
We're still, my wife and I still go to church. I mean, not now that everything's on quarantine, but yeah, every Sunday we would go to church. We hold services in our house right now, which is kind of fun.
10 people.
There's no
or
way
less,
that's kind of
though,
fun,
right?
man.
It's
There's
so
no way
fun.
that's kind of
No, it's great. It's great. Our church is like 15, 20 minutes long, and
How
we
many
just
people?
it's just me and the kids and the wife.
15, 20 minutes long doesn't seem like enough.
That's totally enough. All we need every week is the sacrament. That's the only big ordinance
What's the time length on a Mormon church mass?
So now it's 2 hours. When I was growing up, well, okay, hold on. So mass is different, right? What you're talking about is what we would call sacrament meeting, which is 1 hour. Then we do a Sunday school and a relief society, which is where all the women go, and an elders quorum, which is where all the men go. Different lessons, and the kids go to what we call primary for their Sunday school times. So that's another hour. So church is 2 hours total, but sacrament meeting is just 1 hour. When I was growing up, it was 3 hours long.
Why they cut it down an hour?
What's that?
Why they cut it down an hour? They're like, hey, this is too much. We don't need
Busier times.
We don't need a Titanic.
Yeah, I think it's a culmination of things. The church has gotten bigger. It's gotten into different parts of the world that have different cultural requirements, and different things. So they've shortened it, I think, just to make it easier for people to attend. But it used to be 3 hours.
That's terrible.
Okay. So I went to Israel a couple of years ago because I'm just Jewish enough to have a birthright trip.
Right.
So I went on it. Yeah, and they took us around Israel and we learned all about being Jewish and all that stuff. So there was something that Jews do on Friday night called Shabbat.
Yeah.
And basically it's they all have a dinner with your family and you turn off all of the electricity, put away your phone, and you just spend time with your family for 24 hours, right? Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool tradition that you had where it's you're coming together as a family, you're being spiritual and you're really in your thing, and then you're spending time with each other. Do Mormons have something like that where it's it's a family experience this thing together?
Yeah, similarly, growing up, we called it family home evening. So there was one evening, it was never really a full day. Sunday typically is when we go to church and when you're encouraged to spend time with family and friends, but we never would turn off all electronics, but family, why not? Because, man, can you imagine spending a whole day with your family? It's awful.
You just gotta catch up. Come on, emails.
Yeah, right. You got to stay connected. Family home evening, though, was something that was started. I don't remember when, but it was certainly there when I was growing up, and is still encouraged now. At the time, it was every Monday night. So Monday night was set aside by people of our faith, my faith, for family time. Mm-hmm. Now they say any evening that works.
Okay, so you can you get to choose.
I like
that. Now we get to choose. Honestly, it was always make it work for your family, but we encourage you to set aside Monday night as the night. Mm-hmm. Now they say just make time as a family, one evening a week.
They're like, hard, so I hate Mondays. Let's switch it up.
Well, sometimes people have jobs that they can't, they're out Monday night, right? Like they can't be there.
Now, speaking of birthright,
Yeah.
do the Mormons have that? Because where did Joseph Smith originate from? What city? What American city did he originate from?
Where
do you find those plates again? What city?
It was in Palmyra where he found the plates.
Palmyra,
New York.
State? New York.
Yeah.
So is that like a birthright for all Mormons? They get to get like a bus, a Greyhound to Palmyra.
No, I mean,
You're gonna have great bagels.
Here's
You're
the
gonna have
thing.
pizza that doesn't suck.
So Mormons really claim, okay, so Jews were like the first chosen people of God, right? That's Old Testament. That's Old Testament, okay? Mormons, we believe that our religion is an extension of the Jewish faith from the Old Testament. So we believe that the Jews messed up in not picking Christ as their savior, not knowing that he was their Messiah, right? So theologically, Jews are still waiting for the Messiah to come to deliver them.
That's why we're so patient.
That's
I
it.
think if someone came around nowadays, someone's like, "Hey, I'm the Son of Christ." No one would believe him.
I mean, maybe not.
No.
But
Unless
I
you something like
I think a lot of people would.
6 Super Bowls or something. Well, there's no one that's done that.
You're talking about Tom Brady right now?
If he said he was the Son of God,
Come on.
I would believe him.
You would be wrong.
Would I?
Yes.
I would have all of Boston support me.
I'm
I
going.
have about Mormons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question about Tom
So-
Brady, but
Is
Of course you
Mormonism kind of like Christianity, where it's like there's like an umbrella of other things? Because there's this show on Netflix
Yeah.
about a family of Mormon people, and they like put dynamite in a rock and blew it out, and then built a town inside of it, Utah. And there's a guy, and he has like 3 different wives.
oh,
Yeah.
big love.
Big love.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Good.
not enough love.
And
I don't
so,
watch
and like everyone's on board, like it's not like everyone's like very open and communicative, and they're like, yeah, like my mom was the sister wife, like this is like how I would only raise my family. Have you and your wife like talked about that before you got married, or you're like, no, you, me, that's it?
Right.
Question is, would you want more wives?
Well, you take us on.
I mean,
I cook.
I
that's
don't.
amazing. That's great. You guys would be.
I mess.
Yeah. You're welcome to visit us anytime.
Sorry. He won't get out of that.
The polygamy thing started in the early 1800s.
Mhm.
And it came about in modern times, with Joseph Smith, largely because of questions that he was asking while translating the Bible. He was doing a retranslation of the Bible and did not finish it, so we don't have all of it. We have some of the New Testament that he did. Because he was killed. He was killed when he
It
was.
was like he's writing a screenplay. He's like,
Yeah.
to do.
He just couldn't do it. He
He's
just
like,
could not.
Had this third act's killing me.
But yeah, so
So you got
polygamy was a thing in our church and stopped in the late 1800s, like the 1890s or something. Quite late in the 1800s. Well, there were a lot of laws that were passed by the United States government that outlawed polygamy. So when they passed those laws, the members of the church in Utah, after it became a state, had to stop practicing polygamy or risk sort of another confrontation with the federal government. So a lot of the members of the church who wanted to continue to practice polygamy moved to Mexico to populate Mexico with Mormons, and some stayed in central Utah. A lot of them moved to central Utah as well and continued despite it being illegal. When they moved to central Utah, they were also basically cut off from the church. So the church formally said, we are no longer practicing polygamy where it is illegal. And when the members of the church who decided to continue and some sort of convert to this what they're called fundamental Mormons, fundamentalists, they're not members of my faith. They practice most of the same things, other than polygamy, which is not part of my faith any longer.
Any longer?
Yeah, right, because it stopped in the 1890s, right?
Oh.
But there has never been a decree from the church leadership to say this was evil. It's an evil practice, and it's very possible that it could come back. Unlikely, but it could be reinstituted. If it's declared.
Is there a pope in the Mormon religion, like a guy that got to get reelected or anything like that?
There's a prophet, what we call prophet, head of the church.
Does the guy get voted in?
Voted. I mean, it's not. I mean, technically, he's voted in by the Quorum of the 12.
Ooh,
but they're the only ones that cast a vote. Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Ever heard of them?
Yeah, I can name all 12. Here we go.
Literally no.
Lamarcus, Jonathan, Ross, Chandler, Joey.
Well, so polygamy was practiced, right, in the Old Testament by quite a few prophets in the Old Testament. And so, I mean, God has said at different times that it's been necessary to repopulate the earth with people who believe in him. And that's still sort of where the church stands on it. It's not forbidden other than when it's illegal. So if it's made legal again, my church might have to make a determination on whether or not it's going to be allowed again. So I don't know.
How do you personally feel like having the idea of having 2 more wives? I mean, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, so my wife, to answer your question, Lana, my wife and I talk about it, but never in a serious way, right? It's never like, I mean, my wife is serious when she says there will never be another wife, but I am never seriously considering taking on another wife. It's just fun to needle her every once in a while.
Are you purposely saying my wife like Borat right now? Because
my wife?
My wife, you would say that each time. That may just be me.
I think it is.
It is. Every time I hear my wife, it's Borat.
It's just ingrained. It's ingrained. So yeah, does that answer your question? Yeah. Did you have any other questions, Reid?
Yeah.
About this?
We don't go back to New York with your birthright question. We believe that our church, our gospel, the gospel of Jesus Christ, was restored through Joseph Smith, but originated in Old Testament times. It's the same church, same faith, same gospel, same God.
You said a bunch of Mormons moved to Mexico. Are those Mormons still there?
There are quite a few that are still there. So, the Arrested Development joke about the Romneys in Mexico? Yeah, that's based on reality, that there are still Mormon colonies in Mexico. I don't think they practice polygamy any longer, but they certainly were started by polygamists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Book of Mormon yet?
I have not.
Have you listened to any music?
I've listened to quite a bit of the music and find it hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. I would not be adverse to seeing it.
You wouldn't sing the songs?
I probably wouldn't sing the songs verbatim. There would be 1 or 2 words every once in a while I'd probably have to edit out. But
do you feel, as a comedian, that you are a good Mormon, or you think the two go against each other?
It's good. I think that they can coincide.
Hey, I'm full of them.
Yeah.
I know.
That is a good question. No, I think they can coincide, and I do think that I am.
So you're the edgiest Mormon I've ever met.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you and me went to that one party and we did all those things.
Look, I had to repent.
This guy is an edgy Mormon.
I had to repent a lot, and naked twister's not really my forte, but
you were good. That red square.
Flexible. I think that they can coincide. To answer your question, I think they can go together. I don't know how good of a Mormon I am. I mean, I think I'm just trying my best.
1 to 10.
What?
Scale of 1 to 10. 10.
I'd give myself maybe a 7.
Oh.
I give myself a C on this.
Come on.
I could always read my scriptures more. I could do better with that. probably shouldn't hang around with so much riffraff.
You do hang out with a lot of riffraff.
A lot of riffraff. But you know, so did Jesus. So did Jesus.
Are you secretly trying to convert every comedian that comes onto this podcast?
I am trying to convert every person out there. Every single
Aww.
No, I really just my goal really is to try to get Mormonism out of this cultish mindset stereotype. And just show people that, you know, Mormons are normal, fun people that can laugh at themselves and at everybody else. That's all.
Oh.
If you happen to join the faith, we will welcome you with open arms.
That's very nice.
But you don't have to. And if you don't now, hugs. Hugs. Oh, so sweet. If you don't now, we'll just baptize you after you're dead.
Doesn't drink. Why are you gonna offer him a drink?
He does when he's dead. He'll baptize us after our death, and I'll pour wine down your throat if you're dead.
Oh,
you fool!
How could you?
I just did. I'm a little stinker.
Yeah. You look concerned, Lana.
Oh, I am.
That's her neutral face.
That's just how
it's very hard at dinner time.
That's the resting face. Just...
Yeah, but her resting face is like, I have terrible news for you.
Yes.
Every time I pass the salt, she's like, oh God, what is it?
What have I done?
Babe, were you mad at me? Babe, were you sad? Babe, were you sad?
She yawned tonight, and she teared up like she was about to cry. She's like, no, this just happens when I yawn. I was like, what kind of yawn is that?
You know what I think you need, Reid?
No.
Some amethyst. I think that would help you determine what she's thinking a little bit better. Yeah. Right? Am I right? Am I right about that?
Well, the thing
I don't believe in words I can't pronounce.
You can't pronounce amethyst?
Amethyst.
I don't think then you believe in many things, Reid, because your pronunciation is abysmal. I can't believe they didn't nasal swab you back in this country.
They anal swabbed me, but I requested it.
Well, fair enough. Those TSA agents, they couldn't resist your mustache.
I was like, get up in there.
Well, thank you
both.
I
didn't tell you. Sorry.
Thank you both for joining me today on Disorganized Religion.
For having us.
Anything you two want to plug? Anything going to happen after?
Yeah, I got a bunch of shows coming up in March. Let me just look at my calendar here.
On the Showcase Showdown, March 25th, if that doesn't get canceled.
That is like next week. That's next week.
Next Wednesday.
A lot of shows getting canceled. I'm just looking at it right now. 1 second.
Yeah.
We come back. We have Mother Knows Best every Friday at the Hollywood Hotel at 8 p.m. And Hot Dates, the hottest show in town, every third Saturday at El Cid's, 8 p.m.
Yes. Very fun shows.
We'll be back in 2021, I'm sure.
I hope.
Do you have an Instagram that you want to plug?
Yeah. Instagrams, where can people find you?
Oh, yeah. What's your Instagram? What do you want?
Mine is at You Know Me, I'm Lana. You like Y-O-U. You.
Right. You spell it out. Nice. You Know Me, I'm Lana. That's the whole handle. You Know Me, I'm Lana.
Lana.
It's great. It's great.
Now, all 7 viewers, I want you to take a pen and a...
They don't need to do that.
You 7 of you. I want you to follow me.
I know what you're doing, and it's not accurate. There are more than 7 people who watch this.
Yeah.
There are 10.
There are 10? I don't want all 10. That's too much. Social distancing.
Oh my gosh. It's not what it means, and you know it. Where can they find Mr. Rude Smackenberry?
You can find me in any dark hallway. You can find me
in any police lineup.
Oh, this mustache has changed me. Reid.Brackenbury. That's what I'm at.
Beautiful. And you guys both use the gram mostly?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm on the metric system, but yeah.
Not the imperial system?
Yeah, okay, you start.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you both so much.
Thanks.
All right. Well, you two stay safe and don't get Lana sick, Reid.
Oh, serious.
I'm done.
Oh, no. All right. Well, you guys take care.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you think?
I love it.
I don't like religion.